Hey guys, it's Kunal from TradingSim. I wanted to do a market recap on ticker SYF Synchrony Financial. This was a stock that we traded yesterday, June the 14th. I just wanted to walk you through the trade and kind of walk through what we were looking at when we took the trade, and then kind of see how this thing played out. So you can quickly see here we had a good run from middle of February when the market bottomed at 24 all the way up to 32, and you can see today, this is like 1 minute into the simulation, we had a decent gap down. It's not gigantic by any stretch, but it's pretty big. It's about 6%, and so what we've done here is we're coming right into this previous support, and this previous support is not only this level here, but it's also a triple quadruple top that we broke out from back in March and April. So this is a pretty significant level. So if we don't see this level holding, this thing could dive down to this next area of support. Well, it's really a cluster of support between 2671 and 2730, right? I mean, we have a couple lows here, we have a couple lows here. So this level could act as a magnet. Let's just call it 27 if 2873 doesn't want to hold. This is another reason why it's very important that you guys do some pre-market analysis. It's very tough to do this once the market opens. You're going to blow through a lot of time and miss a lot of opportunities if you don't have a game plan. So it's very important that before the market opens, you're scanning the wires, and figuring out what stocks are moving, and then kind of doing this analysis before the market opens, so you have your levels identified. You know what to do when it gets there. So regardless, we're down here at the 2858 is the low here. So this support level was 2873. So we've kind of already broken it. You can see it's trying to hold support, and let's just see what happens here. So I have it on a 1 minute per second fast forward, so I'm just going to go bar by bar. I could just hit play and let it run, but I want to kind of illustrate what's going on in the morning here. So you can see here on the second bar, it just blew right through the support. It really didn't respect that level at all. That's our first sign that something more bearish is going to happen here. So, and you guys know, if you've watched my videos, that I don't like to trade in the first 15 minutes. There's a lot of wild action that occurs that can stop you out pretty quick with pretty big losses, and so it's just not a time that I find to be a time that I would have control. I don't feel like I'm ever in control in the first 5 to 15 minutes, and so we try to stay away from that. What you will see here, I'm on a 1 minute chart, but we're coming right back up to the 1 minute 9 EMA. We're hitting this major. We broke down through this major support. We're coming back to test it. And let's just see what happens. So you can quickly see it's failing. It doesn't, it's just quickly being rejected. Not only 2 times here. Third time it tried to spike up 2870, couldn't do it. So now we have a clear zone of support and resistance intraday. 2810 is the low end. 2877 is your high end. And then your intermediate or secondary low is around 2825 here. So 2825 is the first level. It's also a low here. It's the first level you want to see broken if you want to be going short this stock, because this is a short. So you gotta look at the bigger direction here. We've broken through bigger support on a daily chart. We've come back to test it. We're failing. The path of least resistance is down, and that's kind of how you want to look at trading this. And so now I'm going to keep moving forward here. And so we tried to hold this. We tried again. We came to 26. We tried to hold it. We broke through it. So, your first, say you had 1,000 share position you were able to put on. I would say your first one you could short it here. if it starts to go above 28.45, then something else is going on. But and ultimately, 28.77 is a level that it just absolutely should not take out. So we gotten into the first piece of this trade, and the next piece I'm going to add onto this position when it breaks 28.10 because it's a very bearish looking stock. Let me move to the 5-minute charts. I think you can see the picture here. This is what you call, there's a big flag down here, or a big pull down. This is like what they call an opening range breakdown. So we have this big gap. We do a small retracement. It forms this little cup, and once we break through 28.10, it could spell trouble for the stock. And you can see here, I mean, volume is coming in spades here. 800, it's 1 million shares being traded every 5 minutes. And you look at what was going on here yesterday. I mean, this is extremely tiny in comparison. So we know that there's something going on here. There's more selling that's occurring, and there's more downside. So I'm going to just let it run. And so you've seen here, and I let this stock run, this simulation run, so I couldn't put my second position on. But when it broke 28.10, that's what we would have done. So now the question is, what do we want to? How are we going to manage this trade? We're coming into another support level here, right? If I go to a daily chart, we're coming into this cluster zone that we talked about 27. Excuse me, about 27. And in that area, we really want to be cautious about the position and looking for a potential reversal. And if we see that happening, we're going to want to pull off half the trade at least. But what we're seeing here, this 9 EMA is really containing this stock, and so at this point, there's really no reason to get rid of this short position. There's going to be a couple trades every month which you can really profit off of, and you really have to if you want to create some separation in profitability. So 28.20 was our original short. We're already at 27.10 in a matter of minutes. You can see there's just no give back on this stock. It just doesn't want to rally. So that 27 area that I was talking about was disrespected. We came back here. Let's see if we can get above 27.18. Really, can it get above that 9 EMA for more than a couple seconds? The answer to that is no. So we're just going to stay in this short position. There's nothing to do here. It's hitting the bottom end of our support area. It broke through it again. So let's just go on a daily chart here. Where are we coming to next? 25.33 could be the next area of support. But we're going to keep a close eye on it. We're hitting a dollar increment here at 26. And we've bounced right back to that 9 EMA. And so you can see the stock wicked here again, 25.90, 25.96. Trying to form a base of some sort. Let me just get on the phone. Okay. So what happened here, right? We had a low being put in, a big bar back to the 9 EMA. We went back down. We spiked lower, and then broke above the 9 EMA right here. On this bar, you could have taken off half the position, if not all of it. I would have quite honestly taken off all of it because the move down was so extended. And in my thinking, If the stock went lower, I'd be totally okay with it. What I could do is short it again if I thought this thing had significant downside. So at around 26, 30, 30-ish, you could have really been out of this position. And then we're going to draw another line here. You guys will see I'm not a big fan of triangles and those types of formations. I won't disregard them, but support and resistance in the form of hard levels like this, these are the things that I'm looking at. And so, we broke down from 2677. We kind of came right back to that here. 2679, we're failing. And let's see if it gets below the 9 EMA again, because if it does, the indication is that this break above 2650 on the short term right here was a fake out. And if it's a fake out and then we go back to 2590 and break through that, then we can go short again. Again, we're getting to midday here. You want to be careful. This stock is extremely extended down. We've got 3 points from high to low. So let's just see what happens. So we're trying to support 2590. Right here, it kind of looks like it's bottoming, right? I mean, it looks like you can almost take a scalp. 2615. I don't like doing that. I don't like taking scalps against extremely, bearish stocks, but in the opposite direction of the trade. But you could have, and if you did, you would have had 35 cents of upside to 2650, and then this thing tanked again. So it's just sometimes more trouble than it's worth. So if we break 2590, we're gonna add short. There we go. So we would have gone short again at 2590. Now we're coming back to test that major breakdown. If it gets above 25, whatever this area is here, this is done. We're out of it. And we are out of it. So we broke out of it on at break even. So it came right down to that level. It missed it by a couple pennies. The daily chart support. You can see right here this gap. It almost closed it. When you tend to see these late day breakdowns, they tend to be the last move down when it breaks down, and that's kind of what we saw here. So, go through the rest of the day. It was just up from the rest of the day. So, I hope this trade example helped. It could have been a big winner for you guys if you were in it. Feel free to email me at admin@tradingsim.com, and definitely feel free to take our 7-day free trial at TradingSim. You can get a serious amount of repetitions and practice. We have over 2 years worth of data that you can practice against, and this is all real data that we're basically streaming in here and replaying for you, kind of like a DVR on a television. So I think it's a very valuable tool for any day trader to improve their money management, improve their pattern recognition, and just study. I think it can really help in that way. So in any case, take care and best wishes. Thanks.